we are diving deep into The Richest Man in Babylon. I know you wanted to know more about personal finance, and this book, even though it was written almost a century ago, is packed with timeless advice.
What's really cool about The Richest Man in Babylon is that it delivers these financial lessons through stories.
Oh, through stories.
Yeah.
I love a good story.
Yeah, parables.
Okay.
Set in ancient Babylon.
So we'll be exploring these parables.
Yes.
Pulling out all that juicy advice.
Yeah.
And figuring out how we can apply it today.
Absolutely. And it all starts with that great line.
Okay.
The book kicks off with this powerful statement. Money is plentiful for those who understand the simple laws which govern its acquisition.
Okay, so it's not about luck.
No, not at all.
Or being born into privilege.
Nope.
It's about understanding these fundamental principles.
Exactly. Mastering how money works. And these principles, they're as relevant today as they were back then in ancient Babylon.
So who's our guide in this ancient world of finance?
Our guide is Arcad, the richest man in Babylon. He's like the original financial guru.
Okay.
And he wasn't always wealthy. He started out as a humble scribe, just like many of us, starting our careers.
Yeah.
But through dedication and smart choices, he learned, and he became the wealthiest man in the city.
So he's a classic rags to riches story, proving anyone can achieve financial success.
Exactly. It's not about fickle fate, as Arcad puts it. It's about taking control, applying the right principles.
Okay, so what are these right principles?
Well, Arcad reveals his 7 cures for a lean purse, which are like actionable steps that anyone can take to start building wealth. And they really highlight that practical approach of the book. It's not just theory.
Yeah.
It's about giving you concrete actions to implement.
Perfect.
So let's start with the first cure.
Okay.
Start thy purse to fattening.
Which emphasizes the importance of paying yourself first.
So setting aside at least 10% before you even think about spending. But that's kind of counterintuitive when you're like trying to make ends meet.
It might seem that way.
Yeah.
But think of it as an investment in your future self.
Oh, okay.
It's shifting your mindset.
Okay.
From constantly chasing money to building a solid financial foundation. Cure number 2 is all about budgeting.
Okay.
Control thy expenditures.
So no more wondering where all your money went.
Exactly. It's about making conscious choices about where your money goes.
Yeah.
And by understanding your spending habits, you can then identify those areas where you can cut back.
Right.
And free up more money to save and invest. Cure number 3 is make thy gold multiply.
And the book tells this great story about a man who invests in his friend's brick business and watches his wealth grow over time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and this highlights the power of compound interest. It's the concept of earning interest, not just on your principal investment, but on the accumulated interest.
Okay.
And over time, this can lead to exponential growth.
But you have to invest wisely.
You absolutely do.
Right.
And that's where cure number 4 comes in. Guard thy treasures from loss.
Yes.
Remember how Arcad lost money in his first investment because it was a scam?
Oh, yeah. Like classic cautionary tale.
Yes. This cure reminds us to protect our savings, our hard-earned savings, by seeking advice from those experienced individuals avoiding risky ventures.
And cure number 5.
Cure number 5, we shift gears a bit. We're talking about our homes. Make of thy dwelling a profitable investment.
Owning your home.
Owning your home. Yeah, it encourages home ownership as a path to stability and wealth.
It gives you that sense of security.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it can be a valuable asset that appreciates over time.
Plus, you're building equity instead of paying rent to a landlord.
So cure number 6 reminds us to ensure a future income. Planning for retirement, protecting our family's well-being.
Thinking long-term.
Absolutely. Secure your future.
Okay.
It's interesting to see how back then, Arcad recognized the need for what we know today as life insurance and retirement planning.
Cure number 7.
Cure number 7 emphasizes personal growth. Increase the ability to earn.
Continuously improve your skills.
Absolutely. It's about investing in yourself.
Yeah.
The more valuable your skills are, the more you can command in the marketplace.
Taking courses.
Taking courses, workshops, reading books.
Yeah.
Anything.
Yeah. So these 7 cures provide like a fantastic framework.
They really do.
Yeah. For building wealth.
Yeah.
But he doesn't stop there.
He's got the 5 laws of gold.
5 laws of gold.
Yeah.
Okay.
He actually inscribes these on a clay tablet for his son Nomasir.
A clay tablet? Imagine that.
Can you imagine? Like, it was Arcad's ancient Babylonian version of, like, a financial guide
Oh, okay.
for his son. What's remarkable is how relevant they remain today.
Okay, so what's the first law?
The first law echoes that first cure. Gold comes to those who save at least 10% of their earnings.
It always comes back to that saving.
Always back to saving.
Yeah.
Consistent saving, even small amounts, it can make a huge difference over time thanks to compound interest.
Okay.
Law number 2 states that gold works diligently for the wise owner who finds profitable investments for it. So Nomasir, he puts this into practice by investing alongside a group of wise men.
Okay, so you're saying be an active participant in your wealth creation.
Exactly. It's not enough to just save. You need to put that money to work for you through wise investments.
But not all investments are created equal.
Absolutely not, and that's where law number 3 comes in. Gold clings to the protection of the cautious owner who invests with the counsel of wise men.
So Nomasir again.
Nomasir, initially he lost money because he invested in a business that he didn't understand.
Ah, yes.
So it emphasizes seeking guidance from those experienced individuals, doing thorough research before making any investment decisions.
So law number 4 builds on that idea.
It does.
Gold slips away from the owner who invests in businesses or purposes with which he is not familiar or that are not approved by those skilled in its keep.
So basically, don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Diversification is key.
Spreading your investments across different asset classes, it helps to mitigate that risk.
Okay, and the last law.
The last law, law number 5, warns us, gold flees the owner who forces it to impossible earnings, or who follows the alluring advice of tricksters and schemers, or who trusts it to his own inexperience and romantic desires in investment.
So don't fall for get-rich-quick schemes.
Exactly. Don't let greed, allure of easy money lead you astray.
Okay.
Stick to sound investment principles.
All right, so these 5 laws of gold really serve as a solid foundation.
They do.
Yeah.
For building and protecting wealth. They remind us that financial success is about making smart choices, seeking wise counsel, and taking a long-term approach.
So it's a journey, not a destination.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It requires patience, discipline, and a willingness to learn and adapt along the way.
Now, this book isn't just about, like, abstract principles, right?
No, it's not.
It's got stories.
It does.
The characters.
Like Madathon.
Madathon.
Yeah, the gold lender of Babylon.
Oh, the gold lender. Okay.
He teaches valuable lessons about borrowing and lending.
Okay.
And the importance of sound financial judgment.
He's got this token chest, right?
He does.
Filled with all those tokens.
Yeah, filled with tokens representing various loans he's made.
A tangible representation of his wisdom and experience.
It is.
Yeah.
Each token tells a story.
Oh, wow.
Some are cautionary, some are inspiring.
It's a visual metaphor.
Exact.
For all those complexities.
Yeah.
Of those financial transactions.
It reminds us that money isn't just like this number.
Yeah.
It's a representation of human stories, choices, and consequences.
Okay.
And one story stands out.
Oh, which one?
Rodan.
Oh, Rodan.
The spear maker.
Okay.
He seeks Madathon's advice.
Yeah.
After receiving this generous gift of gold from the king, he's like overwhelmed by this new wealth.
Okay.
And he wants to make sure he uses it wisely.
Yeah.
Madathon, being the sage advisor, cautions him against lending recklessly.
Okay.
Especially to those with a history of like poor financial habits.
So it's about understanding that lending money is a business transaction.
Yeah, it is.
Right.
Madathon emphasizes the need to protect your own financial interests.
Yeah.
While also being mindful of the borrower's ability to repay.
But isn't there like a parable about a farmer?
He does. He shares a parable about a farmer who can understand the language of animals.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
I know, right?
Okay.
To illustrate the importance of using resources wisely.
So the farmer overworks his ox.
Yeah, the farmer overworks his ox.
Okay.
While his donkey enjoys a life of leisure.
So it's an analogy for how money can be either like a hardworking asset or a squandered opportunity.
Absolutely.
Okay.
If you're going to lend money, make sure it's for a purpose that will generate a return.
Okay.
Not just for someone's like personal gratification.
Got it.
His token chest is just this treasure trove of financial wisdom.
Yeah.
It offers a glimpse into those diverse ways money can be used and misused.
So responsible money management goes beyond just accumulating wealth.
It does.
It's about those wise choices.
Exactly.
Understanding human nature.
Absolutely.
And safeguarding your financial well-being.
And that brings us to another key point.
Okay.
That The Richest Man in Babylon kind of subtly emphasizes. It's not just about the money. It's about building character and making wise choices in all aspects of life.
You're right. Like, the book, it focuses on those financial principles, but it highlights the importance of integrity and hard work, perseverance.
Yes.
Those qualities.
And we see this in the stories of Dabasir, the camel trader, and Sharunada, the merchant prince. Both faced setbacks and challenges. But their commitment to ethical conduct, that strong work ethic, ultimately leads them to success.
Dabasir's story is really inspiring.
It is.
He starts off in debt because of those unwise spending habits.
Yeah.
But he takes control.
He does. He seeks advice from Melthon, who helps him create a plan to pay off his debts, build wealth.
And he actually documents his journey.
He does, on clay tablets, which offer a fascinating glimpse into his transformation.
Those clay tablets, they're like a step-by-step guide.
They are.
To getting out of debt.
Yeah, to getting out of debt and achieving financial freedom. So Dabasir was a successful camel trader.
Okay.
But he developed some unwise spending habits.
So he was spending more than he was earning.
Basically, yeah. He found himself deeper in debt than he anticipated.
Oh, I've been there. Sometimes those small expenses can really add up.
They really can. But here's where Dabasir took a different path. Instead of ignoring his debt or feeling defeated, he sought advice. He went to our wise friend, Melthon, the gold lender.
Good old Melthon. He always has the answers. So what kind of advice did he give Dabasir?
Well, Melthon laid out this clear and concise plan for him to get out of debt and start building wealth. He emphasized the importance of having a clear purpose and a written plan.
So like setting a financial goal, having a clear vision of where you want to be.
Exactly. And that's precisely what Dabasir did. He wrote down his desire to pay off his debts and to become a man of means.
He wanted to earn the respect of his community.
Exactly. And he even outlined 3 key purposes: to ensure his future prosperity, to care for his family, and to systematically pay off his debts.
That's a very holistic approach.
It is.
Yeah. I love that he included his family in his plan. So how did he actually start tackling his debt? He had his goals, his purposes all defined. What did he do?
So he followed Melthon's advice, and he committed to saving 1/10 of his earnings.
There's that start thy purse to fattening principle.
Exactly. Remember, pay yourself first. It's about making saving a priority, even when it feels like you can barely make ends meet.
It's about shifting your mindset from spending everything to building that solid foundation.
Right.
Okay, so what about his family? Did he have to, cut back on their expenses to free up more money to pay off his debt?
He didn't. He actually allocated 7/10 of his earnings to his family's living expenses.
Wow. So he understood that creating a stable and loving home was really essential.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's a balancing act, right? Taking care of your family's needs while also working towards your financial goals.
Exactly. And it requires discipline, commitment.
So 1/10 he's saving, 7/10 is for his family.
Yeah.
What about the remaining 2/10?
That's the heart of his debt repayment strategy.
Oh, okay.
He dedicated the remaining 2/10 of his earnings to systematically paying off his creditors. He made a list of everyone he owed money to with the exact amounts, so there was no confusion, no hidden debts.
Very organized.
It was very transparent. He understood that to conquer his debt, he needed that clear plan and that commitment to following through.
But I imagine his creditors weren't too happy about only getting, a small portion of what they were owed.
You're absolutely right. Some of his creditors were pretty impatient, demanding.
Yeah.
But Dabasir stayed strong. He explained his situation honestly. He proposed a fair and manageable repayment schedule.
So he had that courage to face them.
He did.
Even when, it felt like he might have let them down.
Absolutely.
Did they agree to his plan?
Some were skeptical. Some were even hostile at first.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But some were more understanding. And eventually, Dabasir's sincerity and his commitment to repaying his debts won most of them over.
It's a good reminder that, communication is key.
It really is.
And that desire to fulfill those obligations can really go a long way in resolving those financial disputes.
And it speaks volumes about his character. He didn't shy away from his responsibilities, even when it was difficult.
So with his plan in motion and most of his creditors on board, what happens next?
So we see from his clay tablets that he meticulously documented his earnings, his savings, his family expenses, and his debt payments month by month.
Oh, wow.
It's like watching his financial transformation unfold in real time.
I'm sure there were some bumps in the road.
Oh, there were definitely some ups and downs along the way. Some months were better than others. There were those unexpected expenses.
Life throws those curveballs.
It does. And even with the best laid plans, unexpected things happen.
Yeah.
But what's remarkable about Dabasir is that he never gives up. even when faced with setbacks. He adjusts his spending where necessary, but he never loses sight of that ultimate goal, that freedom from debt.
So he stuck to his plan.
Month after month, Dabasir followed his plan. He steadily chipped away at that debt while building his savings.
So when did he become debt-free? What was that turning point?
His clay tablets actually reveal that after 2 years of consistent effort, he made his final debt payment.
Wow, 2 years.
2 years of discipline, sacrifice, and he emerges from the burden of debt.
A testament to the power of following a sound financial plan.
It is.
That must have been such a relief for him.
Oh, imagine that feeling, the sense of relief and accomplishment.
Yeah.
But he doesn't stop there.
No.
No, he continues to save, invest, and build upon the foundation that he's created.
Wow.
Ensuring a secure and prosperous future for himself and his family.
Dabasir's story is so inspiring.
It is. It proves that no matter how overwhelming those financial situations might seem, we have the power to turn things around. It's a reminder that the principles outlined in this book are not just ancient wisdom, they're practical tools that can help us towards financial freedom.
And his clay tablets really offer that tangible example.
They do.
Of how anyone can apply those principles.
Right, and create real change in their lives.
It's a story of hope, resilience,
yeah,
and the power of making those wise financial choices.
Absolutely. His journey reminds us that true wealth is not just about accumulating money. It's about achieving financial security, providing for loved ones, and living a life of purpose and fulfillment.
Is it all about hard work? Or does luck play a role in success?
A bit of both, I think.
Okay. So this parable, it features Sharunada again.
It does, but this time he's dealing with a different kind of challenge.
Okay.
He encounters Hadan Gula, remember him?
Hadan Gula, yeah.
The grandson of his former business partner.
Yeah, he was initially more interested in inheriting wealth than earning it. But then he started to appreciate the value of hard work.
Exactly. But he still has some lessons to learn. He believes that Sharunada's success was just good fortune.
Like being in the right place at the right time.
Exactly, just pure luck. So Sharunada, being the wise mentor he is, decides to challenge this idea. He takes Hadan Gula on a journey.
Oh, where do they go?
Well, they start by revisiting the field where Sharunada once toiled as a slave. A reminder of his humble beginnings.
So he's like, look, I wasn't always successful.
Yeah.
I had to work my way up.
And then he shares his experience as a captive, being sold into slavery after being captured in war. It's a story full of hardship. There's uncertainty, danger.
Wow, okay.
But within that challenging experience, he uncovers a crucial insight. Luck is not just random. It's often the result of preparation meeting opportunity.
Oh, I like that. So you got to be in the right place at the right time.
Yeah.
But you also have to be prepared.
Yeah, you got to be ready.
Seize that opportunity.
Make the most of it when it comes knocking.
Exactly.
And Sharunada tells the story of how he honed his skills as a baker while enslaved. He became so good that he attracted the attention of his former business partner. And this partner recognized his talent and offered him a life-changing partnership.
So if he hadn't been skilled and ready, he might have missed that opportunity.
Exactly. It would have just passed him by.
So throughout his journey, there were countless instances where luck seemed to, favor him.
It did, but it was often his own actions, his willingness to work hard, to learn new skills. That's what positioned him, to benefit from those fortunate circumstances.
So he wasn't just waiting for good things to happen.
He was making himself ready.
He was creating his own luck almost.
And he acknowledges that there were times when he missed opportunities because of his own lack of preparation or, bad judgment.
It's a two-way street. You can't just rely on luck. You have to create those conditions to be more receptive to opportunities.
Yeah, Sharunada's message is really clear. Luck favors the prepared mind.
I like that.
The more we invest in ourselves, develop those skills, cultivate a positive mindset, the more likely we are to attract and capitalize on opportunities, the ones that lead to success.
So it's like that saying, the harder I work, the luckier I get.
Exactly. So after sharing all of this wisdom, Sharunada leaves Hadan Gula with a thought-provoking question. Who, then, is the luckiest man in Babylon?
I wonder what his answer was.
Well, after pondering it for a bit, I think he realized that the luckiest man isn't necessarily the one who just stumbles upon good fortune.
So who is it?
Hadan Gula responds. He says, he is the man who seizes his opportunities.
So it's a complete shift in perspective.
It is.
He finally understands that luck isn't just about random chance.
No, it's about recognizing and seizing those opportunities.
And making the most of them.
Exactly. So armed with this new wisdom, Kadangula, he's ready to embark on his own journey.
Towards wealth and fulfillment.
Yeah, he understands that while luck might play a role, it's ultimately his own efforts that will determine his success.
This parable is a powerful reminder that, we're not just passive recipients of fate.
We have the power to shape our own destiny.
We can develop our skills.
Cultivate that positive mindset.
Yeah.
And actively seek out opportunities.
It's an empowering message.
Yeah.
Encouraging us to take ownership of our journeys. Luck may favor the prepared, but our own actions determine our outcomes.
Remember, building wealth is a journey. Requires patience, discipline, commitment to continuous learning.
But with the right principles guiding our actions,
we can achieve financial freedom.
We can create that life of abundance.
And always remember, luck may favor the prepared, but it's our efforts that will ultimately determine our success.
So go forth, my fellow knowledge seekers, and may your financial journeys be filled with wisdom, prosperity, and of course, a dash of good fortune along the way.